why I made multiple Facebook accounts in the past. Okay, I was not proud to be a fan bro. I am a mixture of prior and fan bro DNA. My mom's a prior. The rapist is a fan bro. I was going through anxiety and stuff, and I went through Keita Shaner. Then I had Keita Pryor because I wanted to be a Pryor. Text message. I wish my mom had given us the name Pryor because some of my other cousins on the other side, the fan bros mainly, are con artists and manipulators, scam artists, and stuff like that. I only have two accounts, Dion. The Keita Davis one. Davis comes from Susie Davis, who later became a Pryor. Okay, I've got another account, Keita Fanbro, that I've had for 3 years. I'm not making any more Facebook accounts. If Facebook takes them down like they did the other ones, then I'm not going to make a Facebook account. Because see, Facebook was sitting there saying I'm a scam artist, this and that and the other. And Facebook eventually took the Keita Pryor, Keita Shaner away from me. So I only have two. I want to clear the air out about that. Basically, good morning, all of you today. This is Exposure Tuesday. And I want to thank my former landlord for not telling my older sibling information about who was living in the house. There was not 18 people living in that apartment. It was both parents, me, my daughter, and two siblings until they got on their feet. Not 18 people. And yes, I tried to get your your YouTube taken down and your Facebook. Because you sat there and lied and called me a hoe, a cunt, and everything. I was sleeping around. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me tell you something, Dion Lamont Van Bro Sr. You're the one who set me up with Kevin Stephanie. So let's put the truth out about that. We will. I was introduced by Kevin Stephanie because of you and your ex-wife. Every time I go outside to meet Kevin, you guys will always sit there and tell Mother Dearie, who you hate so much, that I was with Kevin Stephanie. And like I said in my other video, for those who did not know in the video, I didn't sleep with Charlie. I didn't sleep with Sean. I didn't sleep with Tony. I didn't sit there and sleep with nobody but DJ and text message and Kevin Stephanie. So how am I a hoe? You ain't leave me and direct me in the right direction. I'm living my life to the fullest. I'm living my life to the fullest, y'all. taking care of my kids. She's awake and everything, so I'm gonna watch my mouth and stuff. I'm not gonna cuss, but you get sick and tired of family members lying, conniving. I want to see you downfall. Cause baby, guess what? At least I have my tubes tied. I only have one kid. You don't see me cheating on the person that I'm currently with, sleeping around with other people. And my brother Greg Jr. was not sacrificed. Greg Jr. was murdered. I agree with that. I'm doing a live. You need to chill. I'm gonna go in the other room. And she can have a meltdown all you want. Okay, I'm back. I had to go in a different room. This is hurtful. Family will sit there and do you dirty to uplift themselves up. Family will sit there and hurt you, betray you, manipulate the situation. I didn't know Kevin Stephanie from a tree. Kevin Stephanie was introduced to me by you, Dion. Oh, this is Kevin. Oh, you a red bone. I like to get with you. You didn't tell me he was a crackhead. And no, I did not tell mom that I was at y'all's house when I was hanging out with Kevin Stephanie. You were living with us on Marcia, 2381 Marcia Drive. Okay? I quit hanging out with Kevin and got with the current person that got me pregnant. You don't see me out here hoeing around and stuff. You weren't even home. I'm living upright. I'm doing what I can. You don't know about my life and stuff. My Facebook page is 2 pages. Either Davis, which is Davis is my grandmother's maiden name, and the Fambro one. Yes, in the past I did have Keita Shaner, Keita Pryor, back and forth, because Facebook kept taking the pages down and stuff. And to be honest, I think you reported it. You need to be shut down. You ain't holy. You full of shit. I hope I never see you again. Because a lot of you just posted on your video 2 months ago was bullshit. I understand you're upset about your malpractice. I understand that. I'd be pissed off too. But to sit there and say you got messages between me and Trina about shutting your Facebook down and your YouTube down, I know that's fucking lie because you're blocked. I wasn't talking to you in 2024 because of all the lies and all the drama and stuff that was going on between you and mom. I understand your anger with her. But don't sit up there and trickle it down on me because I never did a goddamn thing to you. I gave you money. You were too asking people for money and for help. And I did not know that Gat was getting raped. I don't know where you get that information from. I did not know that because if I had known that Gat was raped, I would have sat there and reported to the police. My brother Greg Jr. Man, this makes me teary eyed because Greg Jr. is not here to defend himself. He cannot defend himself. I miss my brother Greg Jr. I wish he was here. When I lived at 2381 Marcia Drive, I was not holding tricking out anybody. And to keep quiet, you wanted me to sit up and hook up with your ex brother in law, Pee Wee. Let's put that out. Since you got receipts, my memory is good. And I'm not mentally slow. I've never been slow. Ain't no doctor in Ohio sat there and said I was mentally slow. Text message. I'm not mentally slow. My problem is when people sit there and say they want to be a part of my life, they want to sit there and help me, and they want to be there for me and stuff. My problem is I believe them, and then they throw me underneath the bus. That's what's going on right here. Text message. Family would screw you over in a heartbeat. My daughter means the world to me. And Trina was helping me, buying her clothes, came down to meet her. You bought her clothes, but they were too small. Keep thinking that we live at 2359 South Dayton Lakeview Road. You'll never find out information about your mother since you hate her so much. I'm not contacting you. Yoncey's not contacting you. Kobe's not contacting you. London's not contacting you. We have not talked to you in I don't know how long, but our names are being drugged in the mud once again. You chose to kick family to the curb. I accepted that. It was hurtful. It was painful. But what hurts the most is that you can sit there and manipulate the situation and say that you don't talk to family members and stuff. Mm-mm. Talk to family members and not talking to them. But then you get all this information just because you got spies. You got spies sitting up there watching my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, what I post about my kid that I raise, my kid that I'm raising. My child is a good child. Yes, she has been. Autistic kids, they have issues. Of course. Let me talk about my daughter real quick. Let me explain this to you. She's autistic, nonverbal, can't speak for herself, has the ACC talking device, sits there, does sign language, has ADHD. She's on medicine for ADHD. I take her back and forth to the doctor, but yet I'm not a good mother. You call CPS on me. They came and found out what you told them wasn't true at all. I still have my daughter in my custody and in my care. She's loved. She's well taken care of. She gets her hair washed. She don't like her hair washed. All because I made a post. Text message. All because I made a post on the Keita Davis Facebook page and said that she's having behavior issues. You run with that narrative and don't tell them that I'm getting her help. I have documents that I proved to Children's Services that I was getting her help. Unbeknownst to you, you don't talk to me anymore. You haven't talked to me. You know, um, and stuff. I still have old messages too on my one phone. And I told the lady, I said, this is my brother. And I know he's the one who called CPS on me. I said, he thinks that I'm toxic. He thinks that I'm a hoe and this and that. I showed them all the screenshots. Yes, I certainly did. I showed the cop down here all your videos on YouTube where you bashed me. They know it's you that called CPS. I know it's you that called CPS. Why? You're trying to destroy me. I've done nothing to you, Dion Lamont fan, bro. The revolutionist JDW Wick movement. I've done nothing to you. But I'm a hoe, I'm a slut, I'm this, I'm that. I don't know how to be a mother. I don't know how to take care of my kid. I'm not the type of person that asks for help. I've never gotten on Facebook or YouTube or TikTok or any of the other social media platforms and beg people to sit there and buy my daughter clothes because I can't afford it. Never. My uncles weren't sacrificed, they were sick. But you continue to lie and lie and lie and lie and lie and lie. To get your narrative out to make all of us look bad. You're mad because you couldn't get information about where we were living at. It's none of your business. My daughter's safe. My daughter's father knows she's safe. I have not done not one thing to my kid. Yeah, we had an issue of our hair being pulled out at school. Yeah, let me tell you about that since you think you know what's going on. My daughter had her hair pulled out at school about a couple months ago. It was in the wintertime. Well, before winter. I didn't notice it until a week later when I went to do her hair. She had hair missing and hair pulled. The school tried to sit there and say they didn't do it, that I did it. And I told the hospital, at the hospital, I asked questions. I said, "Is this an infection?" She said, "No, ma'am, it's not. Your daughter's hair was pulled by the roots." I fought and advocated for my kid. Yes, I have plans to sit there and advocate for my kid and to move her out and get my own place. I had to wait till I got financially fit in order to get a place. You can't get a place without having money. You know that. I know that. I trusted you. You betrayed me. I don't spank my kid. My daughter hits herself. She bangs her head up against the wall because she's overstimulated. That's why she was having behavior issues. That's why my daughter was having behavior issues. I didn't want to go into long detail on my Facebook page. Yes, I have two Facebook accounts. I like YouTube. I'm a YouTuber. I've been doing this since May 2016. And then I took a hiatus from it when I got pregnant by one person. And who cares where he was working at? At least he was working. So therefore, I'm no longer having contact with some people in the family. I have trust issues with people now. First, my cousin screwed me over by doing a pill mill in my name, tried to get me in trouble. I almost went to prison for that. Our screw up was when she called my doctor's office and was asking for Percocet, Oxycontin, Xanax. I wasn't on those pills. They did a thorough investigation and found out it was my cousin. Like I'm telling you, family will mess you up. They will set traps against you. I know that my mom is controversial. There's some things, questionable things about my mother that I don't like, but I'm not going to air them out on YouTube about it and get frustrated and violated. And again, nobody knew about your malpractice. We were in the dark. I was in the dark about my niece getting raped. Good morning, y'all. I didn't know what was going on. Maybe other people in the family knew about it, but I didn't know nothing about it because I would report it. And stop airing about my sex life. I never, ever attacked any of your wives on YouTube Live. Never. So why are you doing it to the person I'm with? And he knows. He knows. Subscribe to the channel, y'all. Subscribe to the channel if you want to. When people wonder why I haven't been on, I have stage 2 kidney disease. And that's what I've been fighting with. Trying to get my kidneys healthy and stuff, and praying to God that it doesn't get to stage 3, 4, or 5. That's what I'm doing. I'm hanging out with my friends on Facebook and stuff, talking to them. Yesterday, talked to my cousin Rosalind. Um, on Sunday, all day Sunday, I had a pretty good day Sunday. So you even threw her underneath the bus. She had a situation going on at the same time that you had a situation going on. That's why she didn't answer her phone. And she explained that to you, and you wouldn't accept it. You got mad, flipped out on her on YouTube and stuff. She let you stay at her house when you had no place to go. If you have beef with Trina and Lena, Michael, Daryl, Christina, Allison Jr., leave them alone. They'll leave you alone. I'm trying to do what I can do for myself, to better myself, for my daughter, so she can see the example I'm leaving her. I'm with my daughter 24/7. Thank God I didn't get pregnant with Kevin Stephanie. Thank God I didn't get pregnant with him. I broke up with him and with my baby daddy. Then he gonna stop, y'all. He gonna sit there and stop um the van. He almost got beat up. But you my woman. The person I was with in the van about to jump out the car and beat up Kevin Stephanie. That's my past. I don't know why you talking about my sex life. Won't you just because you air out your sex life does not mean I need to air out my sex life. I'm doing the best I know how. Fast Time Transportation should not have been sued. I didn't want to sue them. For what? Then you put out that I was RAPE by my baby daddy. And that's how my daughter was conceived. That's a lie too. You know, been staying to myself, been staying off YouTube, been mostly on Facebook. And then while I'm on Facebook, people blowing me up, wanting to know what's going on. I tell them I don't know what's going on. Then they send me a link to a video, and that's when I got upset. Stop talking about my daughter. You don't know what's going on. It is not your job to sit there and take my kid away from me. It is not your job to sit there and get me out of the place that I'm living at now. It's my job to do that. I don't need your help. Text message. With that being said, y'all, I hope this is the last time I get on here and talk about this. Because the more I talk about it, the more relief I get. She didn't ask to be here. I didn't ask to be here. Gregory didn't ask to be here. Colby didn't ask to be here. Johnson didn't ask to be here. London didn't ask to be here. But we're here. We're not 25% related. We're half related. Because we all don't share the same dad. I hail from Ohio, the U.S., United States of America. I'm as famous. My real name is Keita. I hope this is an eye opener to you to watch, and be careful who you rant and vent to, because that person can be like the person that I'm dealing with right now. Air your business out. Expose you because they jealous of you. I'm not jealous of you. You're jealous of me. Guess what, baby? I got one kid. My tubes are tied. I can't have no more kids. Even if my tubes weren't tied. I know not to sit there and cheat on somebody. I never cheated on the person I'm with. Never did. Well, since they're subscribed to the channel, I'll probably come on live later on today and talk about how my day went. Hopefully it will go better than what it is. I won't come live anymore until later on or possibly tomorrow. But Thursday morning, little mama has a doctor's appointment. Little mama is my daughter. She's a 7-year-old autistic, nonverbal ADHD child. I love her so much with all my heart. I'd do anything for her. Be blessed, not stressed. Y'all have a good day. Love y'all. Bye.